All right. Welcome to our team call. This is Sunday night, Team Patriot Fitness. Today is the 22nd. We technically have 7 days left. If you nix today, we have 7 full days left of the month. So we're actually going to jump into more of a planning session on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly planning goal. And with this, I want you to keep in mind that we've talked about this for maybe a couple of days. And in our leader threads, we've been talking about it for a week. And it came to my attention that we really have been more or less keeping our goals kind of small and really just kind of honing down on, okay, I just want to hit, an SE goal, or I just want to hit the next rank goal. And they need to be much, much bigger than that. So first I want to start out with everyone popping in the chat box right now, telling me where you want to be in 2021, very, very, very specifically. I mean, the end of 2021, December 2021, 31st, what do you want to feel like? What do you want to be? I mean, are you going to be living in the same place, maybe? I mean, I know we have a lot of military spouses here on the call. Um, do you want to pay off a vehicle? Do you want to have, cash down for a mortgage? Do you want to have money set aside for your children's, extracurricular activities? Maybe you have a certain pile of debt that you want to put away. But these are all things not related to Beachbody. So I want these very personal to you, and what goes on in the chat box isn't shared specifically in our video, but I want to make sure that this is all typed out. And as I'm talking here, I want you to think really clearly how you want to feel, because all of these things lead up to not only how you feel, but how it trickles down to how you're going to feel every single day when you show up to your business. When you show up and you write down, well, I want to feel this way and I want to have these things provided for my family, or I want to, end up doing X, Y, and Z. Then you're going to go, okay, well, then let's break that down. So once we have these in here in the chat box, I want to see them written out here. And we've got a couple people on the call. So I should be seeing things maybe popped in here in the next couple minutes. And I really, I want to say that this does take some time to actually be confident about. And as you think over the next couple of months, more and more with personal development, you start dreaming a little bit bigger, more than just, okay, well, I want to get more confident about this, or I just want to you get very, very specific. And as much as detail as you can put into this, then the higher likelihood that you're going to be able to put more detail into your quarterly, into your monthly, and into your weekly. And that will give me a chance to be a better mentor for you, to be, a chance for me to know how to pace, because each one of you have very specific goals and are at very different spots in your life, and have personal things going on. So Stephanie, I want to feel accomplished and successful, like I'm continuing to grow personally and within this business. Okay, that is a great spot and like a great feeling. No, you're fine. And that's a great feeling to have. And there are some things that may, mark those and measure. Maybe certain things, help you feel that way. What helps you feel happy? Is it the freedom to, go about your day without having like, a chaotic house? Maybe you have extra help that comes into your home and helps clean your home once a week. Is that going to help you feel less stressed and be a better mom? Maybe, there are things that can help. So, Sierra, I want to put down a down payment on a mortgage and provide a monthly payment for a new vehicle for my husband. I want to be confident in my role as a mother and a co-provider. I'm changing my maybe to a can. That's extremely important. The maybe part, you have to say I am and these affirmations and the visions, because you're tricking your brain. And the more you say it, it's going to come alive in your head. And I want to go very specifically in these things for your family. What showing up for your business every single day or for your health, what does that do for your family? Like, how does that trickle down for your family? Leanne, planning to still be living in Virginia Beach, sending my boys to preschool without the stressor of money. Yeah, because preschool isn't like a mandatory thing. And meaning I can pay for it and not be struggling monthly. And I challenge you to go research the best preschool in the area, the best private, the best smallest class, the best, hands-on, dual language, the Gucci of Gucci, right? Like we were going to spoil our kids. Go big, go home. Put a number on that. Put a tactile number, kind of how we talked about your Disney dreams. And that's going to happen. Put a number on that and let's put that into practice. And we will talk one-on-one. I'm not going to do a one-on-one mentorship for all of us here, but I want that. Write a note right now in your planner, in your notebook. Write down preschool, cost for both boys, or if just one. What does it cost? And put a monthly thing down or a weekly thing and break that down. Shay, into 2021. I want to be here at our house, but getting ready to sell it in the spring, paid off for my Honda Pilot, bought Mitch a truck. Do you have a number for the truck? Do you have the brand? Do you have like everything written down? Make 1,000 week, have 1,000 week is good. And I'm right there with you, sister. And have 6 months of savings in our bank account. That's a solid, that's like almost like the Dave Ramsey thing. I will feel super healthy, easily maintaining my 160 weight. That's an awesome, we're like, twins. I feel rested and secure in my faith. I'm super close with my husband, going on dates at least 2 times per month. Love the specificity of this. My kids and I communicate often because I take time to date each of them monthly and time each day unplugged to really connect with them. Love it. I love it. And so as we look at all these things and look at the specificity, is that even a word? I'm just making this up. And this is being posted on YouTube. I want you to go in and say, okay, so we need to carve out time. And every time you show up to your device, you're going to make sure you show up lasered focus. If you are groggy and you feel like crap, it's going to go through the airwaves like crap. You might as well go and rest. You might as well turn off the TV and go and rest. Your body needs rest and show up rested. So I want you to go, okay, so we've got these dear goals. We've got these steps coming in. We're going to be getting orders maybe within less than a year from now, either staying here or going on a whole new adventure. I want to be able to get a new vehicle for us so Joe can have a better family. Our vehicles are huge. We just made a huge jump on that and made a vehicle purchase. I want to be able to go to vacation, hopefully to Disney World with our family. You and Leanne are Disney girls. I want to feel healthy whether pregnant or not and still be showing up for myself every day. Speaking of which, this is part of my goal, my quarterly goal, which is kind of hard with the military, is to go on vacations. $10,000, $8,000 to $10,000 vacation, stress-free. I want you guys to put numbers on these vacations. And I mean, cushion on whatever you got, put cushion to it. So with these quarterly goals, I want you to think of quarters, because when you start really truly running this business, they actually give bonuses every single quarter. So what I would want you to think about is going, okay, well then what's the next quarter we've got in the Beachbody world? So my task for you, because I'm not pulling up everything every time you get on a call and doing all the dirty work, I want you to put task number 1 for tonight. If you're really serious about this, go find the 2021 quarter dates. Go find them and write them down in your notebook, because those are push dates for you. Those are dates that we need to make sure that we're going, okay, well then I need to focus for those 6 weeks if I want to make a bonus. And these bonuses are huge to propel you towards your vision of Disney, of paying, for cars, of getting sitters, of preschool, of getting a truck. All these things are really important quarterly goals. And in order to do these quarterly things, in order to do these pushes, you want to look at preparing your downline, then people that you're recruiting, and make sure that if you do a focus group, that you do it in alignment to the quarterly push. So there's a plan always for leaders to have these quarterly push goals. And I would say you do a 30-day coach basic boot camp at least 60 days before the quarter ends. So you have girls primed. Okay. So that's a tip number 1. You have a 30-day diamond dash. If you hit diamond next, that's the next thing that you need to do. You need to host a diamond dash. And I have Leanne and Sierra. You guys are in my next diamond dash starting tomorrow. So I'm priming you to do one. And we need to do this in the next quarter. So you are thinking in quarters and breaking your year down in quarters in the business. And aligned with this business, I want you to think of, okay, in each quarter, how I'm going to check in with myself every 3 months. Have I maybe completed, a couple workout programs, or maybe it's one, maybe it depends on how long, because Barb Lem was like 8 weeks. I know this is something that coaches talked about. How's my intimacy with my spouse? Has my business overtaken my life? Or has it blessed my life and I have been really disciplined in putting my hours in times where I can get up earlier and I can do it in times where it works for my family? Because you have complete control, right? You have complete control. So let's go down to the monthly goals. Now we can really be specific too. So we have basic monthly goals that the company puts out, but I want to know where this is. There's a ceiling, we have a baseline. Okay. There are a lot of people that go, okay, well, I want to help a couple lives out. I want to just hit like right here. But I hear a lot of things happening here. I hear truck, I hear Disney, I hear a lot of mortgage things. I hear a lot of conversations. If we hit just baseline SE5, we hit just 3 challenge packs, and if they're not even discount coaches, that's just commission. If we just do the math, if it's like a normal challenge pack, it's like, $50, $150 a month. That's not going to get you where you want to be. You want to build a team, you want to recruit, and you want to raise the ceiling. I will share personal information with you. Once I started recruiting and changing my script in my head and immediately inviting, it went from 200 a month, jumping by a couple hundred every single month by building a team slowly and surely, and hitting numbers like the 5 Live Club, the 10 Lives Club, and going up. So it depends how you want to commit to this. And it also depends on the flow that you have for your onboarding system. If you don't have a solid onboarding system, then we have to talk about that. So raise your hand right now if you are confident in how to plug in your challenger to a boot camp. Raise your hand if you're confident in how to, okay. Raise your hand if you're confident on getting your challenger results. Kind of, yeah. Okay, so there's a thing. People want proof that not only you get them, but other people get them. So here's another goal. Let's add this into our monthly goals. Shout outs for challengers results. Shout outs for challengers results. Because as a coach, we are not only responsible for our results, we need to level up and get our girls to the finish line. And the finish line is getting them independently launched, and hopefully they could, even give other people advice. This is where we need it. Do you ask them if you can share? What do you mean by that? Do you ask them, do you ever have resistance? They just say to blur out their face, usually to blur out their face, put a heart over them. And I always say, you want to hide your moneymaker? So that's fine. That's fine. But I usually get what I've done, and this is a project for you. Once you've invested in the 5 Lives Club, you're going to see a consistent flow of people. Collect testimonials. I mean, even the things like screenshots of, hey, I made it through without binge eating last week. Screenshot, save to your album on your phone. That is a testimonial. I have an album on my phone of testimonials, and it's little wins. Hey, I lifted 6 sandbags, and I'm a nurse, and I could barely lift my patients. Screenshot. These are things that provide credibility. So add that into your monthly goal. And what it is really crucial is you're like, okay, well, that's credibility. And I need to get challengers. And I need to get challengers invested in the community. So create community. That is a huge, huge goal of mine, is create common core values in the community. And I've actually determined whether or not a person is allowed into my thread. I've actually determined one person particularly lately. I was like, nope, you don't get to be in the bubble. Protect your tribe and even create a name for your challengers. Like my girls have seen it. I have Tribe Rise is the name of my challenge group girls, and create hype. Every single month, you should be creating hype. So right now, you should also be thinking about monthly themes, monthly things to get people excited about what's happening. And you should be talking about it at least a week and a half before the month. So what's our theme right now? Tabata and 9-week control freak. Right now, we have 7 days before, we have 6 days before the sneak peek into autumn's workout. So our theme right now is to get people hyped up for December, for the holidays. So every single month, write this down. We have a theme, or you have something to talk about for the next month. And I'm actually guilty of this too. I'm like, I haven't had a free community group in a long time, but Leanne, Sierra, and I decided to, link arms along with Rachel to do a free 7-day gratitude group because it was part of the 9-week control freak package. It's also a marketing package to give them the free 9-week control freak sample workout. So it is really important that we always provide value. Weekly goals. Let's go ahead and dive into, I forgot to ask you guys in the chat box real quick from what you've written down already before this phone call started. What are your monthly goals, your non-negotiable goals? Is it date night? Is it your kids? I know Shay gave me hers beforehand, and I seen her in the chat box in our other threads. What is your non-negotiable goals that you're never going to let slip? Are you never going to let your rank slip? You're never going to lose your cycle bonuses? Is it you're going to commit to 5 days a week of waking up an hour earlier? Is it for sure unplugging one day and detoxing from social media 1 day a week? What is it? Because this is really an important thing to make sure that every 30 days you're refreshing and you're renewing how you have done and just kind of get a feedback on that. So I'll be seeing this in the chat box right now. I know for myself, I keep this, and it seems kind of funny, but I have this. Every time I get a new challenger, I write their name down and highlight them in pink. And this gives me kind of a visual every time I sit down to make sure that I look at them and I follow up with them. This is just an old school, funny little way that I do that. And also, I have my whole like chat thread and everything, but this is just like an easy thing to do. One book per month. That's a great goal. I need to add that. I have 10 new potential coaches on the What is Coaching call per month. That is a great one. And you know what? Mike has talked about that. I've encouraged my coaches to have at least 2 to 3 on there. That 10 is really good. And you know what? I've been guilty of not leveraging that enough until I spoke on one. Until I spoke on one, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm kind of like tempted to do my own sneak peek into coaching call too. So I'm willing to, link up with leaders to do our own. So from you girls, from Shay, from Steph, Sierra, and Leanne, I want to hear your monthly goals too. I will say that I have a sticky note and I put 40 SC or bust. And that's in total of all of my controlled accounts. And I do that because I know for sure that like if I went all in, that would be something that I could hit. But the no level ceiling right here, I want to know like you're never going to like go lower than that and raise it. Date night once a month with a sitter, watching the boys, yes. Workout 5 days a week, yes. 6 SE6, so 3 Lives Club. That's good. And we also have you dashing for diamond. So you kind of have to look at that for this month. That might be your baseline, but this month might be a little bit different, right? So what we've talked about this, when you're pushing and there's certain times when you push a little harder, you're going to have to raise that baseline. Okay, so weekly goals. I will tell you what I do every single week on Sundays. I make sure that I elicit help. I have a virtual assistant. Once you kind of like go all in, you get help. I communicate with her the weekly plan. I plan my content for my post and look at what's the highlight of the week. And I go and check in with my challengers. If I haven't heard from them, I kind of go through just like I go through my emails and I see the ones that are not opened, the emails. It shows me. And so I check in. I'm like, hey, you didn't open my email. Are you still alive? So I check in with my calendars. I upload all my posts to my bod groups, and I do if I haven't done a massive follow up that weekend, I'll do that before the start of every single week. And then on Mondays, we have the national wake up call. On top of that, a leader call or a PS call with Micah. And then that national wake up call like sets you up for like soaking in what's happening in the network. So if you miss that, do you have each day planned out your non-negotiables? Yes. So I wake up the same time every single morning. And what I have done for since at least June, I've woken up and I take my meds. And literally from the minute I wake up until about 10 a.m., I have like planned out exactly the night before. And the night before, it really starts the night before. I have a checklist on my phone of the top 3 things that I need to do. If it's my hot list of people I need to follow up, that's on the first thing on my phone, on my checklist. If it's, an email I need to do, or if it's, something like top 3 things I need to do, it's on my phone. So the moment that I like wake up, I do my PD, I do my affirmations, all the things are done like in 20-25 minutes. I go in, and I used to do all this, but my VA does the birthday. I used to do all the birthday connects and say happy birthday. And then I go and do my breakfast because I do the ultimate portion fix, and then I do my workout. But immediately, like the minute I wake up, I have like ready to go, brush my teeth, clothes are set out, my water bottle is filled, my meds are by my bedside. Everything is like set up the night before. I have a nap time hustle from 1 to 3:30, and that's how I've built the business strictly. And that 1 p.m. Eastern Standard aligns with the company power hour. So I'll make sure that I hit at least 3 or so power hours a week with the company. I have a very specific follow-up plan, but we can get into the nitty-gritty later. Stephanie, I see monthly goals is 1 to 2 date nights with a husband. Start saving $50 to $100 a month. Start planning time aside for my self-care. Work out 5 to 6 days a week. Make Success Club. So if you're making Success Club, you're getting $150 in cash. So you can raise the savings to 150 if you want. If you're covering your Shakeology, then let's raise that Success Club to SE8. So let's align to where you want. So Success Club 6 is probably going to get you about 150, but that's going to give you $50, to spend. So you might want to like raise the bar of Success Club. So you said Success Club, but there's SE5 and SE10. So be very, very specific. There's also a fast start bonus. So look into that, because if you sign in, I think it's 5 coaches in 5 business weeks, you get an extra $100. So if you are getting those signups, you're getting an extra 100. So the matter of hitting Success Club 10 is going to get you the extra push. Do you work out while Summer is awake before she wakes up? Just curious. That's my struggle, because right now, part of nap time hustle is getting work at him. No. Nap time is just business. I work out in the morning. And I used to, back in the day during deployment, I used to work out with her, just crawling around me in the morning. Then I had to nap. I used to nap with her, and I'd work on my phone right next to her. Everything was from my phone. Everything was tracked through my phone, and it was really, really hard. But I did it. I was hitting SE10, SE15, like I was doing it, but it was not tracking really well. SE10 gets you free Shakeology leads. I usually get like 1 per month at least. You get commissions from these, not SE points, but they usually easily convert more than regular leads. Yes, and you have to be Emerald. So everyone is Emerald on this call too. So to get the free leads. Wait, so if you sign 5 coaches within 5 weeks, whenever you get the extra $100, yes, the fast start bonus. Dude, the compensation plan is really important to figure out how to maximize. The moment you get a controlled account, Emerald, let me know, because there is a placement thing that you can do, and I will go into depth with that, because I found out that I could add coaches in my mom's genealogy and they could be mine, and it blew my mind, and it maxes out her cycle bonuses. So just let me know. So yes, you want to hit SE10 and you want to get VIPs. Like has been the jam, is those extra $100 every couple weeks. So let's just get into 903. Let's get into how are we going to make this week happen? How are we going to hit SE10, SE15, and beyond? Because right now, I could go in my back office and go check where all of you are at. And I don't want to do that, because I just want you guys to max out this time right now. How are we going to make it happen? 1, the flash sale is extended till tomorrow night. Yes, that means that you give cash back to people, but you're also making commission off of it. You're also getting Success Club points. And what if you've got 2 or 3 people by tomorrow night? This means that you go all in on your follow-ups, on your follow-up game. I spent at least 100 and 150 people of connecting and asking how they're doing. And then I asked, would you be interested in, joining the flash sale? That was a lot last week. This is the prime time before Thanksgiving. So from now until Wednesday night, your game plan is to make it a no joke. Hey, I'm taking RSVPs before, what's Wednesday night, the 25th at 9 p.m. your time. Make it a no joke. This is a script you save in your phone right now. If you have people already in the flash sale, you follow up with them again. So these are 2 follow-ups I want all of you guys to do. Next, if you are already at your goal, if you've already made the minimum, I want you to think ahead. Monday is a week out from 9-week Control Freak sample program. You bet your bottom dollar that you want to get ahead on marketing. I want you to share something about Tabata workouts this week, how they benefit your body, how DCT training is amazing, and go in and sprinkle this in your stories. People probably don't know about Tabata, the history of Tabata, probably don't care, but they probably want to see results, right? They want to see why it's worth their 18 minutes of their life, because every busy mom needs 18 minutes of their life. Real quick, I'm going to screen share what you need to know. Take a minute, and if you didn't put in your weekly goals, to go ahead and do that in the chat box. I'm going to share our screen real quick. Shay, I know you have, why is this doing that? I think you have this, Shay. Okay. So there's stock photos. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, so here's a couple things that you need to be talking about. So these are sneak peek instructions that are all in our Google Drive, and that was given to you in the launch. So this is a sneak peek. I don't know what this is, but this sneak peek group you can create, and we can create that together. You can do it in an email format. I have an opt-in. So it gives you everything what the 9-week Control Freak is. I suggest you read this before you start talking about stories. I suggest you do that. I already have a Freak Fam boot camp that's prepping for it. And I share Autumn Calabre's Instagram videos to that thread. So this is clutch. This is amazing to send out to your customer leads already. Like, look at all of this amazing stuff. So we can also have a sneak peek group that we could do. We can put that together over the next weekend. But really what you should be doing is talking about this. If you do not have a link tree set up to your Instagram, I would do that once you hit your goals, because here's the thing. I want to make a Google application form for people potentially interested in 9-week Control Freak. And if you don't have an email marketing system, this is still going to work. They're going to fill it out, and then you're going to contact them with more info and send them PDF. You're going to send them this PDF right here. And this is the program graphic, I guess. You can look at this. And you can send them this. You're going to collect this. So this is the take control, picture. So all of this is to be said that you need to be planning this, and you need to be using this Google Drive. I know that there was this, if you're looking at prices and stuff, I shared it in my Freak Fam message thread. So you're looking at these prices right here, the $199 challenge pack. So this is going to be an investment, people. You better put some value into sharing this. So what are you looking at this week? You're looking at follow-ups and getting people secured and making sure that you're not stressed before Thanksgiving. And then you're sprinkling in Tabata things. An idea is to do a Tabata reel. Do a reel about Tabata workouts, maybe with your kids. Maybe you can, do a post and it is just video and they swipe through and it's videos. But reels are really like taking over the internet, and it's gonna be legit. I would do something about that. Be creative and be unique, be you, but add value. Ask yourself every single time when you post the stories, is this something they would screenshot? Is this something they would share to a friend? Is this entertaining? Does this add value? Does this speak to my market? So But remember, these are all things that are in our Google Drive that we're going to save. So this is all I wanted to kind of like overview. I'm going to stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions, like what the focus is for this week, how to do all your goals? Any questions? No. I'm going to make a Google application for you to link to your link tree. And what it's going to do is going to do a little blurb about Tabata and the benefits of it, and kind of like a little sneak peek into what 9-week control freak is. And they're going to get the sample program like when they fill out the form. So that's important to collect, because that Google form is going to collect their email, which is an email list that you can work from. And then, before the launch, before December 7th, you'll be contacting them and connecting with them and saying, hey, like this is happening, like this is what's going on. We are not doing a group until January, but they need to make sure that they have all of their gear. If you're afraid about the gear, go watch Autumn's recent video. She shared about like putting up the tracker and stuff. So, but I truly want you guys to go all in on your vision, all in on your goals, and breaking down what it takes to pay off a truck, to pay, how much exact mortgage, how much does that Disney trip take? And then, oh, what's the compensation plan? What does it mean to get a 2-star bonus every quarter? What does it mean to do all of that? Like, that's where you need to look into, okay, well, this is my goal, and then this is how I get there. So I'm going to wrap this up. It is 9:10 on the East Coast. Let me know if you have any questions. Shay, do you want to say anything? Because you are a veteran coach. I think you can talk. Can you talk?
Yes. Okay. You hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. No, this was really great. It's funny, like it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. Things come in, things come out. That's why I love getting on the team power hours and the team calls, because you said things and I'm like, oh my God, what did I think about? I've never started a testimonial album, but I've been a coach for 5 years and people send things to me like, why, like I just like, there's things that we can all still learn from each other. So I'm so glad. Thank you for inviting me on this call. And yeah, I think everybody who's on here just keep going forward no matter where you're at. I think, like I said before, sometimes you think like, oh my God, like lead a team. I'm still at this point. Like, just know you just have to learn how to get to the next step. And once you get there, you can teach somebody else that next step. And then you learn to get to the next step. Like for me, I remember in the beginning, it's like, I don't know how to get, like, how am I going to make 5-star my goal when I'm still trying to get to this goal? And that's overwhelming to me to think have 5 stars under me when I haven't even hit a star. But that's okay. Like you learn as you go, and just kind of speaking from, there's no way that in the beginning I would have known where I was at right now, but you learn as you go. And so set those goals high, even if they scare you. That's probably where they need to be. And this was just a really good refresher for me, Sarah. So, and I learned, not even a refresher, like I have a list of things, like these are the things I need to start doing. So you're awesome. You're rocking it. You're rolling it. Every girl on your team is lucky to have you. And I'm excited. Just thank you for allowing me to be on here.
Thanks, Shay. And I want to let you guys know we met in Summit of 2015 in Nashville, Tennessee. Never met before in our entire lives. And the company brought us together, team brought us together. Totally. We have the same person.
Did we meet there? Wait, you met Patty in Nashville, but I think we met at our very first retreat at Micah's.
I could have sworn.
You remember that?
Nashville.
Maybe it was Summit, because I earned a free ticket to Summit and I did not go the first year. And that's my biggest regret ever in this business. And then we went on a retreat and I met you, and it was like this instant bond. And then through that, like, I don't know, it was like, yeah, Beachbody brought, whether it was Summit or maybe whatever, it was, I think it's so cool. Like some of my people I look up to, my inspirations in life and just women. And I know that I can be totally real with Sarah and be like, Sarah, blah, 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 blah. This is where I'm at, and we can partner, and there's no judgment. And there's not a lot you get that outside of Beachbody, where you can just be real and raw and you, and people love you and want you to succeed. Like everybody in our group, like our community wants each other to succeed. And like, you just don't get that anywhere else. So yeah, Beachbody is pretty cool for that.
Yeah. And I appreciate you to be jumping on this call. I'm going to commit, and as a leader, it's hard to realize, like, okay, I want to mentor everyone and I want to do these goal calls, but it is good that we're a tight knit, where it is good to be able to do this in a smaller setting, because then I can read all of these and I can speak to all of these as well. Specifically, Steph asked about this Google Drive, and I want to make sure that she knows this. And I see that she wrote out some more of her goals, if you saw that in her chat box, or in the chat box. This Google Drive is very, very good. Shay also purchased this. So I see we're also recording still, but hey. But if you have not, what I do every single time there's a launch and anything shared in our group threads, I save the image, save it to an album, and label it to the album. If I have anything to Shakeology, save it to the album. If I have any transformations of my own, save it to the album. So that is, where what I do. So we lost Shay, but I love you girls. I will see you in the Diamond Dash tomorrow, bright and early. And just go ahead and know that Steph, I know you're on here and you're listening, your mom's in town, but we are turning pictures of our tracker in every single morning. I'm doing that with you. So got this. And if you have any questions, just ask me in the chat thread, but I'm over and out. Heading out. So